This is a little bit of a spur of the moment hike. We stopped at the Knauf Preserve, which was very close to the Kurmes Preserve. So we stopped here. I did have this downloaded on my All Trails because when I was researching for the Kurmes Preserve, this popped up on the map. But I don't have any information researched on the preserve. I don't know how big it is. So I'll try to find that and insert that information. It is owned and managed by Paradise Township. And it looks like the end is a loop, but then it goes out to an out and back. So we'll see how it is. I did, like I said, download the map on All Trails, and people were showing pictures of little footbridges and things like that. But this loop is beautiful. I would say that this is accessible, ADA accessible. So this one's a mystery hike. Every once in a while you have to throw one of those in. Haven't really been seeing many spring wildflowers yet. Saw a bushy tail. I think it was a squirrel. Yeah, there he goes. Nice little stroll through the pines so far. Okay, so if we go to the right, that takes us back to the parking area. And if we go straight, this is the out and back section. See what we see. This one has a really nice wide trail. Very different than the last preserve. That was more of a single track. And the sides of the trail were lined with either mountain laurel or rhododendron. There's one other hike that I want to do in this immediate area. The Devil's Hole hike to some ruins, but there's a creek that you have to cross a couple of times and it just hasn't been warm enough. There's no bridges, you have to actually walk through the creek. I'm waiting for a nice stretch of weather to do that. Oh, lots of birdies moving. It was a bigger bird, whatever it was. Maybe a wood thrush or something like that. I saw brown. Oh, and it just narrowed the trail. Still wider than the last preserve. But once you get that mountain laurel, it narrows the trail. And on all trails, this is listed as a 1 mile trail. So you can easily do this with one of the other preserves in the area. We just got our rocky section. So those of you who follow my channel, you know that I had been to all of Pennsylvania's state parks, but one was a new Pennsylvania State Park was just announced, Laurel Caverns, and it's the first subterranean Pennsylvania State Park. Funny enough, Laurel Caverns has been on my list to visit, but when you go out to the Laurel Highlands, it's close to Ohiopyle State Park. When you go out to the Laurel Highlands, there's just so much to do, and I never was able to fit it in. But now that it's officially a Pennsylvania State Park, definitely going to have to get back out to that area so I can visit. Because now I can't say I've been to all Pennsylvania State Parks. There's a new one. And I am excited. I really am. I think... Oh, we have a plane going over. I think that when I did my video on the last Pennsylvania State Park that I had visited, which I think that was Allegheny Island State Park, I had mentioned that they were talking about creating 2 more Pennsylvania State Parks, and that Laurel Caverns was mentioned. So it's exciting that it's now official. Oh yeah, I see some bridges coming up. Another road trip. And that area is so nice, so any excuse to get back out there. And we have a little log here. I think I saw that in someone's pictures, that they had the stumps to use to get through the wetlands. Look at that, that's a substantial bridge, wow. Yeah, so it looks like they used to have the stumps to get through this area, and I'm guessing that they just weren't enough when this gets really wet. And that's why they made this bridge. Wow. Really wasn't expecting such a substantial bridge here. Lots of birds in this area. It is wet, so I do tend to see more birds when we're next to a stream or if it's a wetland. Wow, this just keeps going. So cool! Oh, wow, look at all the moss. There's definitely a little pond or something out there. Really cool. Oh yeah, you can see there's some water flowing right there. Trying to get some pictures. Alright, we're coming to the end of the bridge. This is beautiful. Wow. Oh, I think I see a yellow flower over there. All the way over there.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, a flower. Alright, so after the very substantial bridge, footbridge, it's all Rockies. So I think we're probably going to turn around soon. Because we're almost done. This is an out and back section. And we're close to the end of it, so I don't think there's going to be anything else to see. I'm going to get some pictures of all these rocks. And then we're going to turn around. Alright, we just finished the out and back. We're back at the loop. That's pretty there with the pines. Look at that. Wow. Alright, so this was a short trail, but I really enjoyed it. I loved that little wetland area with the big chunky bridge, the footbridge. That's honestly the most substantial footbridge I think I've ever seen. And I visited a lot of national parks. I was very surprised. But I did see photos on All Trails, and they were smaller little footbridges, and there were some of those tree trunks that are sliced to walk on, and I'm thinking that it just wasn't enough in that area and they needed something more substantial. All right, I can see the parking lot. Thanks again for following along. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please give the video a like. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's free and it helps the channel out. I'll catch you on the next adventure.